Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuzz here, and today's video is going to be about ways to make your Runescape interface way better for PVM. Now, if you want to progress your account for PVM and get useful tips like these, make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss a thing. Now, I know a lot of you always ask me about my interface, how do I set it up, and generally a lot of you seem to have problems knowing how to make your interface the best that it can be for PVM so it seems easier and feels more smooth. Now, interfaces are a very personal thing, and I would not really recommend just copying someone's interface as they may have a different screen size, they might have different monitors, and they have a different feel for the game. However, this video I'll be showing you some different settings and options for optimizing your interface for PVM, and then some little tips and tricks. I know the interface and settings menu can literally feel like you're piloting a UFO, so I'll try to make this video easy to follow along with and help you guys out, so let's get into it right now. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is very important and something that was just brought to my attention that some people actually don't know about, and that is the game view not being covered on your screen. Now, if your interface looks like mine where I have a bunch of things all over my screen and they're all a solid color so you cannot see through my inventory and stuff like that, you may be thinking, well, some of my game screen is being blocked by these interfaces. Well, this is simply not true. Now, a lot of people actually have their game view blocked without knowing it. My friend told me he was having trouble seeing at Archglacier even when he zoomed out, and I made him aware he actually had his game view blocked by all his interfaces. Now, there is a simple way to fix this that I'll show you now. So as you can see, my game view is being blocked by my interfaces now. So how will I fix this? Well, you go to the Edit Layout Mode option and you scroll down until you see the Game View box. Now make sure that you check this box, and now the game view will be able to be moved. Let me turn off some of these other interfaces quick so you can see better. So now I have the game view box checked and I can make it smaller and drag it up, and basically what I do is I fit the game view right into my interfaces so that it goes right to the edge of my interfaces. Now my interfaces are all on my screen, but I'm getting the full game view and nothing is obstructing that at all. So let's talk about another option for game views. For people with smaller screens, the thing I just did might not work for you. Your screen might be too small. So what you can do to see your entire game view but also still have all your interface boxes, well, you can first go to the interface settings menu and click on the appearance button. Then you'll want to change your interface transparency to 100%. This will make it so that you can see through your interfaces completely. Now, if we go back and we make our game view big again, we can get a bigger view, but still be able to see through our interface. So it's not blocked anymore. However, the only downside is you cannot click and interact with that view because you can't click through your interface. So if you had the problem of not being able to move well at Archglacier due to your interface and your screen being blocked, this won't totally fix that for you, but this is still an option as well that a lot of people like to use. So the next thing we're going to talk about is something that I'm very specific about, and that is my inventory. Now, something you can do for your inventory is you can go to the interface settings and go to inventory, and there's actually a change the number of backpack columns, so you can set a fixed number for them. For me, I like having 4 columns with the size of my inventory, but you can change it to 1 if you're some kind of freak. You can change it to 2, 3, 6, however many columns you want, so it fits your screen how you like. Since most people interact with their inventories so much for PVM, this can really help you customize it just to your liking. Now, a quick mention that sort of fits into the interface theme is the Freedom camera mode. Now, I touched on this in a previous video, but so many people didn't know about it that I thought I would mention it again here in case you didn't see that one. If you go into the camera settings, the modern camera or the classic camera, the zoom is basically like this. As you can see, it's pretty decent. You can zoom an okay amount out. But if you go back into those settings and you change the camera to either Freedom or Freedom Classic, depending on your preference, you can zoom out way more, and I mean way more. And this can help you a ton with bosses that have big arenas that maybe it's hard to see, and generally the Freedom or Freedom Classic mode is just my favorite camera, since it allows you to customize just how much you want to zoom in or out, way more than the other styles of camera. So this is something that I would also look into that really helps you kind of make your interface feel like yours and gives you more customization in how you're playing. Now, next we have these slim headers and the title bars. Now you can go into your interface menu to find these, and this is how your interface will look without slim headers and with the title bars enabled. So now if we add the slim headers and we disable the title bars, when the interface is locked, then we have a very sleek and simple design, which I personally like better, and it makes my interface feel less cluttered with text and bars all over the place. So if you like that look too, this is a great way to feel like you're decluttering a bit. So the next one is just more of a general tip for PVM for setting up your interface, but that's having your prayers, your familiar, and your equipment on screen is very, very helpful. This allows you to be able to do something like use a scrimshaw mid-fight, activate an aura if needed, change your familiar options, take from your beast of burden specifically where you want to, and prayers can be nice as well in case you don't have something keybinded and need to switch to it, or to just make sure you have one of them on if you don't like looking at your buff bars. Now next we have a more general tip for PVM that I'm going to give you as well, and that is the more action bars you have, the better. Now I personally have all but one action bar on my screen, and putting more bars will really help you out in the long run because you're going to unlock tons of more abilities, buffs, and different things that you'll want to put on your action bars as you progress through PVM and get better and better. So you can add more bars by going to the action bar menu under combat and go to action bars in the settings, and then you can click to show additional bars. So finally we have the buff and the debuff bar. Now this is a very, very important aspect of PVM as it shows you exactly what you have buffed and, well, what you have debuffed. So you'll get your aura times, your overload times, your incense stick times, you'll see all your stat boosting prayers, your adrenaline potion cooldowns, your limitless cooldowns, you'll see your special attack cooldowns, so much stuff that is very important to know the timing of when you PVM. If you go to the interface settings and you go to the buff bar, you can find all the things that you can enable on your buff bar and debuff bar to show when PVMing or even skilling. So basically then you can change the size of your buff bar icons to small, medium, or large, which is really, really nice if you're somebody with a bigger screen or a smaller screen and you want to make it look better. You can also go to the edit layout mode, the same mode that we went to for the game screen, and move around your buff bars to the spots you want them to make them bigger or smaller, which is also very, very nice. A buff bar and debuff bar is very, very important. I don't know what I would do without it. I glance down or it's in my peripheral vision and I use it to know when, I can SGB spec again, when limitless is off cooldown, when I can adren pot again, if I'm overloaded, all that stuff. It's super, super useful. So if you don't have your buff bar even showing really at all, make sure you get this set up. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope this can kind of help you guys set up your PVM interfaces and everything like that. And I hope it can help you to really, feel comfortable with your interface, because your interface is your own personal thing. So like I said, try to customize it to however you prefer. There's not one right or wrong way to do it, as long as you feel comfortable and you're able to, do what you want PVM wise. But of course, there are little tips and tricks that I try to show to really help you out. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all in the next video.